This meeting is being recorded by committee chairs. If any other persons present are doing the same, you must notify the chairperson at this time. Purpose of this meeting is to prepare agendas for subcommittees for council consideration. No discussion or comments will be entertained unless requested upon by the committee chairs. Can I get a roll call, please?
Counselor Gilmore,
I'm here.
Counselor Gwynn is currently absent. Counselor Disorder,
Here.
Counselor Elmer,
Here.
Counselor Forgy,
Here.
and I'm currently clicking admit on Counselor Ricketts, so I don't know. She's here. Counselor Ricketts. We're doing roll call attendance.
Here.
Thank you. Madam President, you have a quorum. I will try to let you know when Counselor Gwynn logs in.
All right, thank you. All right, so the first thing I have under president's notes is update on governing entity with the authority to approve the Community Preservation Committee expenditures. This was from September. Do we have an update on that one? I haven't seen anything. Okay, we can leave that on our notes then for now. Next I have appropriate 45,000 from Fund 8400 General. Tabled. Okay, so this was tabled at Ways and Means. So I'm assuming it's just gonna stay on Ways and Means, correct?
So it did not make it to the council floor. The council held the first reading, second reading, public hearing, but this was the money associated with Counselor Bullock's proposal. And the council never considered it because, in short, Counselor Bullock withdrew her proposal prior to the council needing to vote on it.
Okay, so this one should just come off of notes then, and we'll just let it go.
Okay.
All right. Resolution to urge the Massachusetts General Court to pass H3053, an act relative to tax deeds is filed. Okay, so this one was this one came out of Ways and Means, and I wasn't there for that whole meeting, but my understanding was she wanted to send it to another committee. Was there a good reason? Chris, is there a reason why it should go to another committee?
Well, we tried to get it out onto council floor because I did read a resolution at our Ways and Means, and we tried to put that out on council floor, but the Counselor Golob said that she wanted to take a crack at writing the resolution, and she suggested that it go to chairs. But I don't, for further discussion and disposition, I don't think it really needs to go to any other committee at this particular point. I think it needs to go out onto council floor. So my question would be, can this resolution just hit council floor in our meeting? We've talked about it. We've spoken to the different parties about it. We've heard from the citizens. I mean, we've done our due diligence. It didn't feel like it belonged in Ways and Means, but if the resolution is the way that people want to go, and I suspect that it is, it just needs to go out to council floor.
Yeah, I think that's fine. It's but I have to say it's odd to have something go from a subcommittee back to chairs again.
Yes.
That's why I was wondering if it was supposed to go to a different subcommittee. And I thought I'd seen an email to the effect too. All right, yeah, this can go straight to city council. All right. Repurpose 67,060 and 51 cents from school department capital accounts for school phone system. That's gonna be Ways and Means.
Yep.
Amend code for city of Greenfield. Okay, the chapter on vendors, that's for A&O. Let's see here. Mayor's appointments and reappointments are also A&O. If I'm going too fast, just slow me down.
No.
Rescind
President
borrowing
Gilmore.
authority. Okay, yeah, we all want to have dinner, right?
President Gilmore,
Yes.
I just wanted to point out that on the mayor's appointments and reappointments, the Crossroad Cultural District, Charlotte Treber, is a duplicate. It is being removed. It was considered and affirmed by the council last month.
Yes, I saw that email from Tammy.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
so with the exception of that one, those are going to A&O. Rescinding the borrowing. Okay, so that rescission has already been to Ways and Means, correct?
There's two, actually.
Oh, it's the second one.
Um,
Okay,
So this is the second one.
This is
Okay.
the second one.
all right, Ways and Means then.
Yep.
Appropriate 100,000 from free cash is also gonna be Ways and Means. All right, for EDC,
We have a
Uh,
fun-packed public hearing coming up.
yeah,
Both the French King rezoning proposal that's gone through the planning board and the new rules for indoor marijuana cultivation and setbacks and a bunch of other stuff. We probably won't get to the bike lanes.
probably not. Yeah, these are sticky ones too.
They might just sail right through. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. These two are pretty contentious, but That's-
I'd love to hear the contentiousness of the zoning change. I guess I'm missing it. The French King Highway one. Why is that contentious?
it's
Um,
since before I lived in Greenfield, it was contentious.
Yeah, but this as a solution to a thing that's been contentious seems like a no-brainer. But we've got some people who are going to speak to it, and I'm eager to hear what the town thinks. This is why we're having the meeting.
That's right.
Yes, Kathy.
Do you want to leave the parking and bike lanes on or take it off?
Leave it on, please.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, if we take it off, I'm afraid we're gonna forget about it entirely.
Well, it's kind of the DPW is having meetings. They have a contractor they're talking to, so this is getting close to being real.
Mm,
Right,
yeah, so that's gonna have
Okay.
to.
right.
All right, so I did talk to Vice President Gwynn today. He said that there was a chance he wouldn't make it tonight, and at the very least, he was gonna be late. But he told me unless there are some, any curveballs, he's already looked at this agenda and everything looks good here. So I'm going to leave that as it is and leave it in the order that it's in, because that's what he's expecting.
Okay.
And next I've got, all right. Ways and Means. What do you think, Chris? Do you like this order?
Yeah, this is fine. This is just something we did the first reading. We'll do the second reading and vote. We're good on this.
Great.
So you can leave it on our agenda if there's any more discussion, and then
Okay.
we'll be out, right?
All right.
President Gilmore,
Yes.
so I'm not sure if now is the appropriate time to ask, but I had sent an email around, I think to the, I don't want to say majority of you here, but President, Vice President, Ways and Means, Mayor, Liz, the tax classification. Amazingly, but not amazingly, I don't have my memo in front of me. The assessor's office expects to be able to submit tax classification documentation by the 8th of November. So that would be election day. And they would like to have the Ways and Means make a recommendation on the tax classification at their meeting.
On the Wednesday
November
before,
15th.
yeah,
And then the town council, city council, excuse me, also take a vote at their meeting on November 16th for the tax classification. President Gilmore, Councilor Forgy has her hand up.
Yes, go ahead.
way back in the beginning of the year, if everybody remembers correctly, when we had our election and we had our new elected assessor come on board, there was a very good presentation that that he actually did, and all of us sitting on Ways and Means at that time learned an awful lot about it. That's why we really have not taken it up until November, which is when the deadline is for us to start moving this forward. I would just ask if everyone, the assessors and our chief assessor could be invited to the meeting. I would love to go over that presentation that Jim Geisman did before. I thought it was excellent. I think it will, all of us, it'll help us all and serve as a reminder. So I think it's very doable, except Kathy, did you say that it has to be voted by council before what date?
So I didn't give a deadline.
Okay.
I said that the hope was for Ways and Means to consider it at one meeting, and then the next night for the council to also consider it and hopefully make a vote, a recommendation by vote.
Right. Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
As far as deadlines, if anybody has questions for that, I would, I see the mayor has her hand up and Liz is also on the call.
Oh, go ahead, Mayor.
You're on mute, Mayor.
Alrighty, I have your email, Kathy, in front of me, and I guess the critical piece at this last juncture, yes, it did, Kathy's email did say the council would hold a public hearing on the tax class as required by law on the 16th. You just discussed that. That's the regular council meeting, but the council would be asked to vote on it at that meeting. However, this is the important piece that if you don't have that, Kathy, and I think you said you didn't. However, the tax classification can only be voted on if the financial order of appropriate $600,000 from free cash to reduce the FY 2023 tax rate, which is listed on the agenda, is voted beforehand by the council. Now, I have no idea what that does to the timing of how all that gets done on your meeting. I'll leave that to you guys, but there is and Liz, if she wishes, or if she can enlighten us, could explain why that's important. But there is a 1-2 that I think that sounds like to me has to happen. And I just wanted to make sure that people were aware for the council meeting.
Mhm.
And that's on your agenda, so but there is a time frame that seems like it needs to occur, or a sequence that needs to occur at the council for that vote.
Yeah, I'll make sure it stays in that order
I'm sorry.
that way. Yeah, because we don't want to put the cart before the horse. Let's see. Okay, so that's going to be on the agenda for Ways and Means, and then also for City Council. Do we want to invite those folks to the full council meeting? I feel like it would be beneficial for the
Yes.
whole council to hear from them. I also I recognize that it's going to be 2 nights in a row, and I know we ask a lot of our volunteers already. But I guess it's that time of the year they're expecting it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I'll
would-
put my guilt aside.
That's all right. Don't take the
Yeah.
guilt side off. Okay. Yes, I think that would be appropriate both ways.
Great. Okay.
Would you, like-
CRE. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Kathy.
that's okay. Would you like to list presentation by the assessors under town officers also requested to attend?
Yes, please. Yeah, we want it
Okay.
to be early in the evening.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much for that.
All right. Are we all set with Ways and Means?
Yeah, I'll stop interrupting now.
No, it's okay. You're
No.
keeping us on track.
Yes.
I mean, what would happen if we just didn't set the tax rate because you didn't remind me, right? That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, you don't want to whisper that.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't even want
No.
to joke about that, actually.
Right. Let's not. We're gonna knock on some wood here. All right. And then CRE, public forum for a question and answer period. So is this gonna be a monthly feature?
Okay, yes. So what we're gonna do is, I know the mayor is ready to get started on this. But what I'm gonna do is I've made a decision that November, because we have all of this going on and our meetings are getting over at midnight. So
Yep.
I want November to take a break because Council Bottomley can't make it anyway. And our December CRE meeting is the day after Christmas. So starting in January, starting fresh, it'll give the mayor and myself time to meet along with Director Letourneau, but we're going to have public forum every month, and we're gonna let, the mayor's gonna have a chunk of it, so people can just ask questions directly, and she can answer, and then the council will have their piece from CRE that we can still take things in. Because the
Okay,
one thing I love.
So we're canceling the November meeting?
November and December.
Okay,
So January, we can start fresh, because
All right.
let's get through all these money pieces. And we've gotta get this stuff tightened up a little better, because our meetings are running really long. And so I want to help the new counselors, because it's times, like the week of councils and stuff where you have ways and means, and then the next night is the meeting and stuff. So let's let everyone have the holidays. From my point of view, this stuff you have to do. You have to do the
Yeah.
money.
we're gonna
We'll
have
start-
people, yeah, and we're gonna have people traveling and things like that, so I
Yeah.
am concerned about quorum.
And I don't want
Yes.
people to feel bad that they missed out, even the public in general. And I don't want them
Yeah.
like the day after Christmas trying to get here to, let's do it in January, let's start fresh. And we'll be able to set up a good process in that time. So thank you so much. That's all I
Great.
have.
Yes, Kathy?
Sorry, interrupting again.
No,
Penny, I
good.
have a question, if I may, President Gilmore.
Mhm.
So you said that in January, you're gonna start these meetings. So is the mayor's portion of the meeting preceding the CRE meeting? Is it during the CRE meeting?
It's during, and she'll go first.
Okay, we'll have
So
to,
she can just move on, because sometimes I think she might be a little busier than us, so.
you know.
Yep.
um,
So
we'll-
she'll go
we'll have to
first
figure
and.
out
Yeah.
how to
we're
word
gonna-
that on the agenda.
Right.
So that they understand that it's, the mayor's portion, not, but we'll have to try to figure something out.
So, yeah, so
Okay.
you know what? Let's loop you into that as well, so we can have it. And, it might be just 15, 20 minutes and then CRE then starts. So,
Okay.
So that's about the process part we all need to figure out. So these 2 months, it's gonna matter, because I loved when I did it, but I realized there were a few people who kept wanting to talk over and over again, and we kind of let them do it because it was the first meeting. So
Sure.
now it's time to fine tune it. So
Sure.
thank you so
Okay.
much.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and I feel like that can wait till after election day.
Yeah, yes. Yes.
All right. So that's it for subcommittees.
Mhm.
Looking at the council meeting, everything,
Mhm.
I think everything looks good in that order, and then we're gonna add the tax rate. But maybe let's do the tax part after the mayor's appointments. That way we're warmed up, but we're still fresh. Does that make sense to folks?
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
Well, do
Kathy,
we-
yes?
Yeah, so after the mayor's appointments, we would need to move up the appropriation for 600,000 from free
Mhm.
cash to reduce the FY 23 tax rate. And then we can put the tax classification orders after that, but before the rest of the financial pieces.
Yes.
Does that sound correct,
way.
Liz?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
that's okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to be doing that part at midnight.
Right, because we don't know what public comment's gonna look like. And so that's the tricky part of all of this. And yeah, you know what? We really do have to we have to be fresh. We have to really understand the split tax rate. So maybe it'll get out there, like, with the press and stuff that, we are doing the split tax rate. So if people come for public comment, that should be the thing that's mostly on their mind. I mean, they could talk about anything, but, this is
Mhm.
important. We really have to understand it.
Yes, Kathy.
Would you like to move the 600,000 first and then do the tax class directly after that one before anything else?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping we would do.
Okay.
And then do the other appropriations after we do the tax classification.
So does that mean you will do the code amendments after all the money pieces?
So if we leave everything else the same and move the appropriation for 600,000 and then put the tax classification votes after the 600,000, we would then jump into amending the code and following down the current list of orders.
Yeah, yes, I think that would be fine. That's not what I was picturing, but I think that might be better. All right. First readings, those always go last. And yeah, that looks
Good.
like we're all set.
All right.
Did anyone have anything else?
No, motion to adjourn.
For a second?
Seconded, Elmer.
Great. All right, we are adjourning at 6:24.
Good night.
All right,
night,
have a great night,
everyone.
everybody.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right.